Hello again, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Tips and Tricks for Your Mix. I'm your host, Brother Rue, executive producer from My Block Entertainment Home Recording Studio. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about what it is that you need to start up your DAW. Okay, as you know, that I do run FL Studio 10 and I do run Machine 2. I had a lot of problems when I very first started. Well, not really even problems. I didn't really know what I was doing. So this episode is basically for those people that are just barely getting started. Because not only is this going on my page, my Facebook page, from my Block Entertainment page, so it's also going to go on YouTube. So a lot of YouTubers out there might be really new to this and may have just gotten up to this point and they're looking for a good tutorial. Well, look no further. You found it. Okay. The first thing that you're going to want to do, obviously, is you're going to have the installation disk after you purchase FL Studio 10, and you're going to want to stick it into your CD drive, and then it's going to go take you through the whole installation process, download your samples. Now, the newer versions of FL Studio 10, they should automatically come with something that's called ASIO for All, or ACO for All. Okay, if it doesn't come with that, here's the thing that you're going to want to do. Okay. First of all, go into FL Studio. After it gets all, you have your desktop icon just like this one. Click on it. Okay. Next, you want to go to Options. Go to Audio Settings. And see this little drop down menu here? Drop it down. If you do have ASIO for All, it'll appear right there. ASIO for All, version 2. Okay. If you drop it down and you don't see it, let me show you where you go to download it off the internet. Now, mind you, you're going to have internet access to get here. But all you're going to do is go ASIO 4, the number 4, all. Oop, didn't even know I wasn't typing. ASIO 4, all. Okay. I'm going to go here. Don't click on, just because you see download doesn't mean that's always necessarily the right one. I'm going to take you to the right one. Go to ASIO for All, Universal ASIO Driver. Okay. You're going to click on that. Okay. And it's going to bring you to this screen. If you're not on this screen, you're in the wrong spot. And I had to learn that the hard way. Because I went through so many screens where I had to download different stuff and it was crazy, and I've had to install FL Studio so many times. Okay, so if you don't have ASIO for All, you're going to click on this, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to run or save ASIO for All? If you save it, it's just going to go to your downloads for you to download it next time. But just go ahead and press run, and then it will go through the whole installation process and all that good stuff, and it'll go directly down onto your hard drive. That way you ain't got to worry about it. Then after you've done the whole installing it and putting it onto your hard drive, go back into FL Studio, drop down Options, go to Audio Settings. Okay, drop it down, and then you should have it there. Okay, now the next thing that you're going to want to do after you have the PC and you got ASIO for All now, but let's say you have an interface now. An interface is the brains of the computer. This is the one where you're going to put in your mic inputs, you're going to hook up your studio monitors, whatever it is that you have. But pretty much after you get FL Studio 10, if you haven't invested into some studio monitors, I would highly recommend that. Studio monitors and an interface. Okay. The first interface that I had was an M Audio Fast Track Pro. Okay, now I'm just going to tell you this just from experience, that sometimes, and probably most of the time, if you buy an interface, they're not going to come with the drivers that you're going to need to download onto your computer or your hard drive. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is go to the internet and actually download the drivers from whatever website that the product is from. Like my Fast Track Pro was from M Audio, and I had my first mentor say, well, go through the same route, which I had to go to FL Studio, I had to go to Audio, and he kept on telling me that my interface should just pop up right in here, and it never did. And then he finally told me, well, I might need to download the driver. So I went to M Audio's website, and I was able to download the driver. And once I downloaded the driver, I opened it up, and then when I went back into, audio settings, it was there. It said M Audio Fast Track Pro, and they had line out, and then actually M Audio Fast Track Pro and all that good stuff. So if your interface doesn't come with the installation disc, which most of them don't, and depending on whether you use FireWire or USB I know for sure usually looks for the driver as soon as you plug it in, but if it doesn't find it, then you need to go on the internet and download it. Okay, and so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I mean, it's just something quick, basic, what you're gonna need. Once you have your interface and you have your monitors, then you're ready to make some music. You know what I mean? So once you have that, then you'll be ready to go. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank everybody for watching again, and we'll see you next time on tips and tricks for your mix.